How did we get here? How do we get to a place where people that have struggled throughout history are now picking on the people that are struggling? You know, back when I was 16, that I would go in gay clubs. I would sneak in. The drinking age was 18 back then, but I was 16 and I'd sneak in. The community was such a tight community. We were family. You know, whenever you found somebody else that was gay like you, automatically we saw them as family. So hey, you're family, right? We knew that we were part of the LGB. There wasn't any T back then, and we helped each other out. We had a camaraderie. You know, it was, the drag queen shows were awesome. Everybody enjoyed the show. It wasn't looked upon as something evil as the conservative and religious rights are trying to do right now. I mean, do I think that children should be in an environment where there's alcohol and stuff like that? No, not really. But, that's up to the parents. We're forgetting the major equation here. Parents are responsible for their children, not the neighbors, not the politicians. We know what they're doing. But in the meantime, they're creating more hatred, more division amongst those of us that should know better. We need to stick together, not give ammunition to the enemy. And I hate to use the word enemy, but it has to be that word because these individuals are creating problems for all of us. Do you think that they're just going to be picking on transsexuals and just, let the gays and lesbians roam freely? They're still angry about the fact that there's gay marriage. They're not telling you that. They're using you as a tool to bring us down. But once they get us down, they're going to bring you down too. See, this whole concept that being gay and being trans is wrong is all religious concept. That's where it all came from. They're the ones that have been pushing their biblical nonsense on everybody else, forcing their beliefs on others and making people feel less than. Just look at anyone that's part of the LGBTQ, the low self-esteem, the mental angst that we go through. It's not because we have mental issues. The issues are caused by the fact that we have never been accepted. From the moment we came out of our mother's womb and we acted a little different, they wanted to put us in a box, in that sameness box. They want to control us. They want to tell us not to be the way that we are. Don't have those mannerisms. Don't be so flamboyant. Don't be so butchy. Don't do this. Don't do that. So we find something that allows us to feel better about ourselves, those of us that transition. It's not that we're anti-gay because we're transitioning. Heck, I lived as a lesbian from the time I was 13 till I transitioned till I was 38, but this is what makes me feel comfortable. So why should something that makes me feel comfortable make you feel uncomfortable? Or why are you making it about you that this is anti-gay? No, it's not. This is pro-us, pro-me. This is what makes me feel good. A trans woman feels good being a trans woman. It doesn't mean that they're a perv or they're anti-gay or whatever else. You see, all that is just a narrative that they're creating. And about the kids, they're using the kids as shields. How many children are actually transitioning? Not many, but they're making it out to be such a big deal. Yes, there was a group of girls called ROGD. And that's a whole different ballgame altogether. But even that is their journey. Even that is nothing that we need to get involved with because everyone here on this planet is on their own journey. And in their own journey, they're going to do what they need to do to make themselves feel better. They may not all be transsexuals, and that's okay, but it's part of their growth process. Yes, there's going to be things happening. Things happen all the time. You step out of your door, you get in your car, and you can have a car accident. That's part of being human. That's part of life. You can't sit there, and and try to control people's lives and try to make it all into the political BS that we're seeing take place today. Be kind to one another. Learn to love and accept unconditionally. Love each other unconditionally. It's so much easier. We would have such an easier time living in this world if people weren't the way they are. Always trying to tell people how to live their life, what they should say, what they shouldn't say, that they're wrong, they shouldn't do this, shouldn't do that. That's not your problem. Worry about your life. Worry about your happiness. Let the parents worry about their trans kids, if they're actually trans or not. And blaming the medical community? Come on now. That's a business. To expect a doctor to spend an hour with you trying to figure out your mental state before they do whatever it is that they do, when they usually just get 15 minutes with you. It's a business. Take responsibility for your own life, for your own health and well-being. The medical community is there to help us along, to provide us what we need. That's why they eliminated the middleman, because it's like every person should know their life. And how can somebody else know who I am but myself? And yeah, we struggle. We all struggle to try to figure that out, because life isn't easy. It isn't easy for anyone. But let's not make it harder. Let's try to be more understanding. And for those of you that are religious zealots, oh, you Pharisees, you love to do this. You love to point fingers at everyone else. Start doing a little bit of this. Start doing a little soul searching and understand, why is it that you're doing what you're doing? Why are you picking so much on transsexuals? Like that Matt Walsh. He sleeps, eats, and eats transsexuals. That's all he does. He watches videos all day regarding transsexuals. What is it? Is he like a closeted tranny? What's wrong with the guy? Something is definitely up. Because no normal human being becomes so obsessed with something unless there's something lurking within. So, come on now. Get a hobby. Try to be understanding. If you don't understand or don't want anything to do with it, just stay away. Don't sit there and make it your life missions to try to make people's life impossible. Because we're not going to go away. We're never going to go away. You're just a stumbling block that we will eventually kick out of the way. But transsexuals, we're here to stay. All right, guys, I love you, but remember to always love yourselves too. Take care of your body, eat right, exercise, meditate. Know that you are wonderfully made, that we are spirits having a human experience, that the God that created all things doesn't judge you. We judge ourselves. Have a good one. Bye-bye.